I decided for myself that I reduced the number of horses drastically. So I don't want to keep a high number of horses. I just want to concentrate on certain individuals and certain features I would like to keep. So I don't want to, for me, I don't want to spend time with horses. I'm not expecting that I have a good result in one generation. Horse breeding is long term, I know this. But I have already my fourth, I'm breeding since 30 years, so I have already 4 or 5 generations. So I know which lines are working and which lines I spend too much time. And then you need to have the power to select and to sell them also, and to find a good one. What is not good for me maybe can be good for somebody else in a different program. Or what is not really sufficient for my taste, for somebody else it can be very good. And this is good for our market, because people need to like different horses to buy them in the end, because we are breeding also for the market, not only for ourselves. We are guided by our taste and by our selection, but in the end the market will confirm if it was right or not. So if you are not having endless sources of money, then you also need to get some income from the offspring you produce. Of course, it's an expensive hobby, we all know that. And to spend money, but to minimize this, sometimes it's good. Yeah. The people want to gain. Yes, so we prepared for you something. I hope you.
Then comes the choice for breeding.
Yes. As you have seen, and this is what I tried to explain also yesterday. A horse has 4 legs, and there are a lot of issues always. So many people stick on legs and like to see faults and find everything, but this is just a little part of the horse. So of course, for breeding decisions, it's more important to have this body quality, the functional quality of the horse, which includes movement and which includes legs, because without legs and movement you have no function. But for us as breeding Arabian horses, of course the type is significant, and every good horse without a very good Arabian type, for me, is not as suitable. So within your typey horses, and this for me is the first thing you decide, is a horse for you typey enough to breed it?
So you would breed for type over conformation? Or would you...
No, I breed for everything. I took the decision for my program that I first went for conformation when I selected my mares. I selected good conformation, I selected very good movements, because I wanted to sure to have this. And then I added the extra sparkle. What I was looking to find for myself, I bought some older mares, which I could afford in my budget. I bought some older mares, I found them, and I know they had good offspring. And I know I could get something out of them. And I bred them, and I got 3 or 4 babies, and this was very sufficient for me, because I got my own breeding stock out of these mares. I made the same mistake everybody did. I did the same. I bought stallion and another stallion and another stallion and another stallion. I had a battery of stallions, 5 or 6, all gone. In my farm is only 1 stallion that I was very lucky to have him, and he stayed and he will stay for all his life. Now he's on leasing, but he will come back and he will stay. But if I would not have him, I would have no stallion. I'm not using him anymore that much because I have all his daughters. But I love this horse, and he gave a lot to my program, so I keep it. But I would not personally buy any stallion, or I find something exceptional, what I think could contribute something significantly to many of my mares, because I can get semen. So my concept is a little bit different. I concentrate on mares and fillies. I decide very, very early which fillies I keep and which I sell. For several reasons. I keep mostly one daughter, the first of course, and then if I get a better one, I maybe sell the first one if the second is better. So I try to keep always a successor of every mare because I selected them as families, as a foundation, also in a limited number. So this is how I do it. And then I try different stallions on the mares, and if I don't have really good success after 3 babies, they have to leave. And if I have sufficient offspring, I have 2 very old mares, they're still with me, I don't sell them anymore, they spend their whole life with me, no problem. But if they are still 12, 13, you can sell them to a good home where somebody else can enjoy them as a breeding horse. I can let them go if I have better daughters. That's what I'm doing right now.
So what's the priority in terms of...
For me, type is most important. Yes, but I need the complete package. But type is extremely important. And type means everything. This includes the whole package. I'm not breeding, it's not meaning you breed extreme faces, it means type, everything. What I try to teach to you a little bit.
The
what
balance, harmony,
everything, the proportions. I can live personally with weaknesses. I think you saw this today also on the black. If they have a little weakness, fine. I can work on that. This is also a challenge. But if they offer me something special I like, I am fine with it. And if I'm not getting rid of the defect, I have to say bye-bye later on. So for me it's more quality than quantity, definitely. And colts I nearly never keep. They all leave when they're very young, as babies. Sometimes you have an exceptional one, then you maybe wait a little bit, but I don't want to spend my time on colts, which I cannot use for myself. That sounds maybe hard, but the boys for me...
The stallion you have, is it your production or?
No, I bought him. I bought him when he was 2 years old.
How can you say that a colt would be a good stallion, a good sire?
I told it before, they are born. You see this. It's of course they need to reflect their pedigree first of all, but they need to be outstanding. They need to be charismatic first of all. Typey, charismatic. They need to touch you. If they don't touch you, you will not have pleasure later on breeding. That is my experience. So they have a certain attitude. The stallion I bought, he was already national champion when he was a baby, and continued later on. This is not about showing, this is only one aspect, but he was very special already when he was born. So, and then you can see this back also on the offspring. So they are producers, they are born as stallions, and they don't grow into stallions. They are born. I have nothing against feminine stallions. Some are, some are a little bit more feminine. They can contribute a lot also to your program, to your breeding program, but they are special also. I have nothing against using certain feminine stallions sometimes for you. It can be fine, huh? But attitude for a stallion is very important. Character is for me very important. Fertility, I sell all the mares, they are not accepting the babies. I don't want them. For me, I don't want this in my program. And I have young girls taking care of them every day, grooming, and horses need to be fine. I don't want to have issues. So they need to be also very the stallions are ridden and some of the mares not usually for me I have no time anymore for this, but it's important to prove them on the saddle that they are able to. You don't need to ride them every day, but make sure these horses have the capacity to function under the saddle also. It's a big risk. There are always exceptions from the rules, and maybe horse can produce 1 or 2 nice offsprings. Maybe. But how many tries you need? You have a certain genetic combination. You have a phenotype and a genotype. So the phenotype that you see should reflect the genotype, what is inside the horse. So I would always look to find and to cover with the best looking stallion for his pedigree. So if you stay in a good if you want to stay in certain lines, fine. But find the best looking stallion for this pedigree, who is reflecting this pedigree. That's the advice I can give you. And I also agree, I agree on you. I would never breed a multi-champion, world champion horse where I don't like the mother in the pedigree. For me, the mother on a stallion is the most important thing. And my breeding decisions are mostly done when I see the mothers of the stallions, when I like the stallion. But I always check the mother, and if I like the mother, because I know a strong mother line on a stallion will always be very positive on the product. And this is the strength of some of the important sires. They are the mothers. Especially now, one of the famous stallions is Emerald Jade, for example. The mother is Emandoria. He is not producing pure mark. The mother is Emandoria. It's one of the most beautiful mares. So that's why people are breeding, and that's why he is also siring. Because the mother is kind of super. I bred to him because of his mother. And I had very good results. And this is why I prefer also a Gazaya Shakata Verona.
Disappointed with the other horse in country.
So this is a difference also between show and breeding. Some strong stallions in show, they will never produce something. Panderos, did you produce anything apart from the semen problem? No, never. There are many examples of Lukna, the super beautiful straight Egyptian mare. I tell you, I saw every baby. Very disappointing. Nothing came out of it. Nothing. This is a final product. The babies of Pianissima are not reaching their standard. This is breeding. They are final products. Nothing is coming out. What is at least the same level. Very difficult. Other mares are producing much better. They are maybe not that spectacular. They are good producers. And try to find good producing mares. If you get one, you hit the jackpot. So if you find a good producing mare, you have a jackpot. So the advice, find a good mare, it's a very difficult advice. Because it's difficult to recognize it.
But it's important to have the pedigree of the mare and the stallion.
Of course it's important because it gives you hints. It gives you hints. You can study all the ancestors of these horses.
Some
so
combinations
the
doesn't
parents,
work.
the grandparents. You can, if you have similar programs, you can have a look. It can give you hints. It's not a guarantee, but it can give you hints. Pedigree studies are important, but first look at the horse and then look at the pedigree. Always first the horse and then the pedigree. I know people, they are covering, they are putting the papers close to each other and they're making the covers without even seeing the horse. I mean, what are we talking about? We had in Germany many people like this. It's terrible. I cannot understand.
Pedigree
Pardon?
Pedigree freaks.
Yeah, pedigree freaks, and it's just a piece of paper. It's not what you have in reality in front of you. It's the same with clones. They Yeah, famous horses, they have clones. They are. They're breeding. Good luck. Good luck.
I know what you did last
I
summer.
will not name anybody, but I know. And
I have to go. So thank you very much for everything. Thank you, Islam, for hosting us and for your hospitality.
thank you. Have a nice
If you have to go to which breeding program do you prefer worldwide, or do you think it is most successful?
This is very difficult.
The breeding program, you know, it's not like a year or 2 years.
Long term.
Long-term one.
You know, you can see, and this is what I discovered, is that programs have their time. All programs. They have a time of being on top, then they have sometimes a time of being medium, some take off again, and after, it's kind of waving these long-term programs. They have their times which they give us when they're good, and they have times when they're not so good. I had the pleasure to be in some of the important programs, to see some of the important farms. I started with a continent, maybe in South America, when I started with Medhat Gaber, the famous program of Ali Jamal and all these lines. She is also now not anymore, due to age also, she is not anymore spending and investing so much. But she had a good program, and she had a lot of impact. If you fly to Australia, we have Simeonstadt. I was also in Simeonstadt last year. I saw the program, but also there is not a real progress right now. So she is kind of stuck also with this.
Simeon do a lot of inbreeding as well.
Yes, she has to, because she has no choice in the straight Egyptian lines. There is nothing in Australia. So for her, for Marion, it's very difficult in Australia. But she had a good program in the past. So then we have the traditional programs, the state stud programs everywhere. We have the EAO, which I cannot really comment on a lot because I didn't see all their horses. I just saw some presentations. Okay, I think they have potential still there, but it should be used much better. So I know Poland very well also, and they have a good breeding program, but also they have their ups and downs, like every program. The Russian stud farm is finished. They were very good in their time. Now it's done. Forget about it. There is nothing anymore. I like personally a lot Omar Arab.
California.
Yes, they have a very good breeding program for many years, and also with up and downs, but they are breeding constantly good horses. I like them a lot. I like this farm. Then yeah, we have some traditional programs also in Germany. Some straight Egyptian, some mixed ones.
What do you think about Dr. Nagel's program?
His horses, I have to respect what he is doing, but I am personally not a fan of this type of horse. I know what he goes for, I know what he stands for, and I appreciate what he is doing, for sure, 100%. It's not my type of horse.
Yeah.
But he has a consistent program. That's for sure. So he has his goal and he's going for it. He doesn't care about shows, he doesn't care about anything. He has his idea and he's breeding for this. This is for me absolutely acceptable. Yeah, for sure. The Ansata program now, Imperial is finished, unfortunately, because I think Imperial was one excellent program.
Yeah.
Not easy. Who is doing a very good job is Ariela. They are doing a very good job also in breeding. I like it. I really like them. And the Middle East programs, they are quite new. You cannot say anything about them because they are breeding now for maximum 8 years. It's very new.
The Middle East?
Yes, I mean the big farms, Ajman, Zubair, all these farms.
What about Egypt? What about Egypt?
Egypt, we have the traditional program of Al-Almeida, which is a very traditional source with a certain characteristic of the horses, and they produce a certain type. It's kind of it's similar to Dr. Nagel on a different type of horse. So he produced, Dr. Nasser was able to produce his own type of horses, which you can recognize very easily when you see them. And I think this is because he created this out of different lines. I'm not so familiar with the lines you are on the computer, but you can see his type.
Yes.
And this for me is a successful program if you can recognize
Signature.
the horses. Yes, it's kind of a landmark.
Yes.
It's kind of a stamp. And this I really can appreciate. From the other farms, I tell you honestly, I don't see any farm which has a real stamp. One of the other big farms. I don't know about Ahmed Telawi. He has a certain type of horses as well, but he's a young breeder. He's not an old breeder and not breeding for generations. So we have to see what is going on in some years. For sure, he collected a very good stock, and the time will tell if there is also enough patience to breed. In the UAE, okay, you have Al Khalidia, which is a fabric. There are 400 horses. I don't know what they are doing. I never visited the farm, so I cannot tell you. You have Shaka, which is a very big farm. On number also, they produced a lot, and they produced a lot of champions for sure. I don't know, but I think for me, kind of Al Arab impressed me a lot, and the Polish farms, from the consistency of the program.
What about Sar? What about Sar?
I didn't visit him for a long time. So the last time I was there, it's maybe 6 years ago. So I have not really an idea what he's doing. I saw some very beautiful individuals he produced for sure, but I don't know about his whole program. I don't know. Al-Wab is too young. They're starting, but they have a huge production also. They have a lot of horses they are producing, a lot. What was nice to see for me was also Nasser stud and Al-Naif. They have also nice horses, I have to say. They breed also some nice horses, but this is quite short term. They are not long term breeders. I think if you have 5 generations, then you can start to talk about a real program. And they don't have. None of these farms. It's only, here it's Albeida, it's Dr. Nagel, and these farms, they have all these long generations of breeding. You need at least 10 years to talk about a breeding program. The star of a breeding program. What is your favorite program?
For me?
You must answer.
No, you're not obligated to answer.
In Egypt or
No,
Sayat
in
program.
general.
worldwide? For me in Egypt, I think Dr. Horsmunity. I like his vision. لا مش عشان تاني. And of course Soccer. Of course. Maybe worldwide. I respect Dr. Nagel vision. You know, but mainly I don't like a lot his horses. But maybe Dr. Nagel. Outside, I respect his vision for breeding. And of course, الوعب. الوعب in Qatar.
I think Luad, they are collectors.
They're collectors.
Yes.
It's also a vision.
We'll see if they can produce from the collection.
Let's see.
Use the best to the best.
We will see. Time will tell.
So, what is your advice to us as a new breeders?
It's very easy. Concentrate on quality.
Okay, but quality is different from me and you. Right?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe quality is not so different. But maybe the level where we start to talk about quality is different.
Yeah.
Maybe that is, but the more experience and the more, the more time will pass, you will give me reason that the stronger you select, the better it will be in the end for your result. In total, in general. Maybe you do some mistakes and you tell, oh damn, I sold this mare and she produced a wonderful baby. Okay, fine. The new owner is happy, produced a nice baby, I sold him. I need to be fine. But the goal for you is to have to concentrate breeding-wise on a certain group of mares you like, you choose, you think you have the best potential, and then select the fitting stallion for these mares. And enjoy 11 months of waiting until the final product is finally, hopefully, popping out and fulfilling your expectations, or coming close to it. And that's the best thing a breeder can do. I am not a fan of big number and taking 5 embryos on every mare. I'm not a big fan of try and error. Stateside farm can do this, but we always have also to consider a little bit the market, because we have a responsibility for each single individual horse we produce. So we have to keep in mind, we have to find a fitting, loving home for each of them.
And
this
also
we
the
have to
value
keep
comes
in
from the
mind,
scarcity.
Producing.
The value comes from the scarcity. So if you have 10 daughters per year from one mare,
Forget about it. You know what is very smart, and I admire this? The thing Sheikh Amar just did right now with AJ Mardan is the most smart thing you can do. You have your stallion, you don't cover any outside mares. He is producing champions. Everybody wants to breed to that stallion. You don't get any breedings for no price. It's impossible. The thing he does is he selects some mares at some breeders' places. He covers the mare for free. And he fixes a price for the baby. So if the baby is born and he wants to buy for this fixed price before you agree on the price, so he has 2 weeks of time to let the baby check and buy, or leave it for free to the breeder. It's very smart. It's extremely smart if you consider that this year in Dubai, the winner yearling filly was a Mardan daughter, and he didn't buy it back. So you can imagine the quality range this stallion is producing right now. So people are eager to breed, and he makes the stallion rare. So the offspring has a quite high value, even if your baby is maybe not top. People want to buy it because they want to have this blood. It's very smart. Very smart. On the other hand, there are people, they manage the stallion terribly, and they are breeding, I don't know, 400 mares a year.
This is commercial.
It has nothing to do with being commercial, it's just kind of stupid. Because
on the commercial level, it's
Collecting
stupid.
money.
this is totally stupid. You destroy the market for yourself also. If you find in every corner a daughter or son of your stallion, what is the goal?
He's not loyal for the program, he's loyal for his pocket.
And this person has enough of money, for example, he doesn't need the money at all, so this is more stupid. It's not done for financial reasons. I don't get this point. So I think it's also good to allow smaller breeders, I call it individual owners. I don't want to sell small breeders. Individual owners to participate on certain stallions, and in some countries it's kind of open, so you can breed for free. If you are in that country, they give you the breeding of the stallions for free. So they have access to very good stallions. But on a certain point you have to select a little bit the mares. So for my stallion, I'm selecting the mares. I always did. So if I think the mare is not good enough and will maybe not fit,
She will harm the...
I will not cover. I don't care if I have to tell it. I will not cover, and I will tell, please save your money. This is not really giving you anything. No, thank you.
What about bloodlines? And, what have you found to be the best?
There are no best bloodlines. I found in all the bloodlines, I found very beautiful individuals. In the Russian, in the Spanish, in Polish, in the mixture, and in the straight Egyptian. And I personally, I have not really a taste that I can tell, this is my favorite bloodline. I really don't have. I can be excited for a straight Egyptian horse, I can be excited for a Polish horse, but it has to be my kind of type.
So choosing, if we're thinking about choosing mares or fillies to buy, if we're looking, we shouldn't see certain bloodlines or certain females or sire lines.
Of course, some bloodlines I like more because I know they produce better,
Yes.
and they are maybe more typey. I always tried, for me, inside the Russian lines, they are not known for type. The Russian bloodlines, everybody thinks they are very good movers, good bodies. I selected for me, for myself and my program, if you visit me one day, maybe you can judge for yourself, but I think I selected extreme faces in the straight Russian because I like them. And I like them to be complete. I like them to have huge eyes, dishy faces. The ears, I'm a little bit crazy on that. They need to have really a lot. And then I'm happy. I'm happy every day to see them in the box. I'm happy. I don't want to spend time on horses anymore.
What's the difference between the mix and the universal line, for example?
I call it mixed bloodline. Universal, it's just another saying. So for me, universal, Dr. Medhat tells universal, I tell mixed. There is no difference. It's a mixed bloodline.
In terms of breeding quality and breeding production, do you prefer a straight bloodline or a mixed bloodline? Other than straight Polish
Most
and
of the straight bloodlines are mixed. The straight Russian is a mixture. The straight or pure Polish is a mixture. The Spanish ones, they are mixtures. The only straight one, the pure, is the straight Egyptian because there are no other influences on blood. So this is the only straight horse. The other is marketing. You tell straight because maybe it's born in Poland or all the horses are included. Example, Gazal went to Poland. What is he now? Pure Polish? His daughters are pure Polish when they are born in Poland. But Gazal is not a pure Polish horse. Yes.
Is Egyptian related?
Yes. See, you get my point.
Yeah.
Aswan. He went to Russia.
Was straight Egyptian.
Of course, his name was Rafat before.
Yes.
So he went to Russia and he was included in the program. He did a lot. I had an Aswan daughter myself. He did a lot for the program, and this offspring is straight Russian. And my mare was she was 3/4 Egyptian. So it's 50% she had from the father, and the mother was from Nil. So
From?
again, Nil.
Okay.
So again, 50% Egyptian. So she was kind of 75% Egyptian. Straight Russian. She was born in Turkey. Why does that?
You have straight Egyptian horses or only Russian? You have straight Egyptian or only Russian?
I used several straight Egyptian stallions. I used several. I had a mare, but I sold her. And I have, at home in my farm, I have several straight Egyptian, but they are not mine. They are on boarding. So I take care of them, I give advice for the breeding. But myself, I have now some straight Russian mares, and I mix them with all the stallions I like. So I have my base is Russian, but the rest is cosmopolitan.